All right, what's up, y'all? Let me get this thing going. What up, what up, what up? It's your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Trying to get this thing going here. Let's see what we got. Loading it up. Bang, bang. Get this joint over here. Boom. All right, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, y'all hear me just fine. Hopefully, y'all see the computer screen just fine. I'm outside on my balcony, my Wi-Fi or my screen at all. But if it is, somebody let me know and I'll take myself in the house. Either way, we're gonna go through some stocks today. Check out our stocks, see what we think about them for this week to come. And you know, anybody that's here, if you're new here, all you got to do is just drop whatever stock you want me to chart in the comments. I will get to it as soon as I possibly see it. Or if you have any stock market related questions, you could drop those questions in the comments, and I will get to that as soon as I see that. When I don't see any questions or I don't see any stocks, then I'm going to chart some stocks on my own that I'm interested in that could maybe help myself or maybe help y'all or the options group chat or my tier 3 channel membership. Be prepared a little bit for this week. So with that being said, I see the big homie Bug Law gave me a couple stocks to chart from the very beginning. So we're gonna jump into those stocks real quick. We're gonna start it off with Spotify. And welcome in Bug Law and welcome in Todd Angel. Happy to have y'all both here with me today. Let's get started on spot. If you're new here, I chart everything out on FinViz. I know a lot of people use TradingView and Webull and things like that. For me, Spotify has been the sweet spot, so it's where I enjoy charting at. Uh, I'm assuming y'all see this chart. Nobody hasn't told me they got any problem with what they see or what they hear, so I'm gonna keep going. If you got a problem with what you see or what you hear, let me know so I can figure out how to make an adjustment going forward. Now, Spotify, this stock right here just lost the 50-day EMA last week. Then that 50-day EMA is this orange line right here. If you're new to my channel, and if you're not new to my channel, then you know the orange line is the 50-day. So losing that 50-day, or is that the 20-day? Wait a minute, I'm tripping. I think the orange line is the 20-day. The gold line is the 50-day. I thought about that after I said it. But either way, we just lost the 20-day EMA, which is not a good sign for Spotify. And I definitely just messed up this chart. So let me refresh my computer so we can get a better look on a chart. There we go. Now, looking at that, we'll see. Once we lost that 20, this candle right here is super duper bearish. So opened at 108,685. It got as high as 111.34. It got as low as 102.06, and it closed at 102.23. So it closed towards the very bottom. It was an ugly, ugly, ugly day for Spotify. Right here, what we need for Spotify to have any shot of being bullish is we needed to hold this 100 area right here. You'll see a lot of consolidation if I can zoom in, like pretty much the middle of May, all right there is around that 100 area. So we definitely can't lose that 100 area. If we lose that 100 area, puts is definitely going to be the move on this particular stock. However, if we hold that 100 area, then obviously we sit and we wait for this thing to get bullish and take back that 20-day EMA as a sign of reversal. So that's going to be around the 109 area that we need for this thing to have any kind of bullish momentum. Right here, right now, you definitely want to make sure you defend 100. If you don't defend 100, then it could get ugly on Spotify real quick. If I look over here at the weekly, which I'm gonna check out real quick, you'll see the weekly. I mean, it still got good support on the weekly. And if you look over here at the monthly, you'll see the monthly, same as the weekly, still kind of good support. Really in the daily, still kind of good support right here in this area where we at. So no real danger unless we lose that area. Um, Now let me see. I also am going to check out Apple. And y'all, like I said, I'm on my balcony, and what I didn't tell y'all is I'm on dad mode. I got the girls out here with me, so if you hear the girls in the background, but I'm still going to grind this thing out because we got to be ready for next week, or should I say for tomorrow. So, looking at Apple, ugly breakdown right here. See the kind of bear flag. You got your flag right there, your flagpole going down. You got your come up towards the retest and then just gave everything away. So right here, this red candle off that bear flag, open at 140.18, got as high as 140.76, got as low as 137.06, and closed at 137.13. So it closed towards the very bottom, very similar to spot. And right here, what you're looking for is you would like to see this hold this area. Let me see. This candle 137, this one 137, and this one 136.60. So essentially, if this was to lose 136.50, you definitely can have a retest of the lows um of that 132 area, that 132.61 area. You could definitely retest that if we were to lose 136.60. However, if this has any chance of being bullish, you need to get 140 back. Now, I've already told my options group chat. I'm not sure if I got members here who's not in my options group chat, but I've already told my options group chat. I'm expecting Monday and Tuesday to be really slow days and not a lot of movement up or down. Basically, everybody's gonna be waiting for Fed. That's my expectation. I'm not 1,000%. I could be wrong. I think everybody's gonna wait for Fed. You might get a runner here or there, but otherwise, it's good to be on the sideline. Now, the reason why I say that is because you see that Spotify need to get from 102 to 109 to get bullish. You see Apple needs to get from 137 to 140 to get bullish. These aren't small moves necessarily, so it could take some time. And the worst thing you could do is to get aggressive before it really gets to that full-fledged bullish level and jump into a call and then the thing reverse on you and a dump on your head. So I'm already coming in with the mindset next week, early next week, that I'm going to be a little conservative, and then towards later in the week, that's where I can pick up my aggression. And we'll see how the week plays out. But that's my game plan early. So hopefully that helps some. Um, that being the case, I'm also going to check out Tesla real quick. TESLA. And once we get to Tesla, Tesla had a real ugly past couple days. So you'll see right here, it was kind of trying to hang on to this 700 area as support, and it lost that with this candle right here. Zoom in a bit for you. So it's trying to hold this area right here. This you call it 700 area. We're trying to hold that for support. That support went away, and as that support went away, Tesla, it got ugly on it. So looking at the candle, we'll see. Get over here. That candle opened at 705.19. It got as high as 718.50. It got as low as 683.74, and it closed at 696.69. So uh it closed towards the bottom, you'll say, but not like extremely down there. So right now, what you're looking at is you want to see this get back to 700 at minimum. If it don't get back to 700, it has no shot of being bullish again. Same as I just said with Apple and Spotify. However, if it don't get that 700 level, then you could possibly look for a retest of this area right around here. Let's see, might be 660, 653, 66. I'll be looking for the retest of that. If Tesla opens up any kind of red, which it closed the day at 696.69, any kind of red, and I'll be looking for a retest of that 653 area. This one I actually like, so I'm going to set an alert. I'm going to say below 696, I can get bearish. So let me pull that up. I'm not even going to set an alert for a call right here because I'm not really super bullish right now where we stand. The market tried to reverse the last few minutes of Friday, and it kind of gave it all right back. So that said, I'm not sure if I'm super duper bullish right here at this level, but I will grab some calls somewhere, I'm sure. I got the puts in where I need to have the puts. Those of you who watching for the first time, if anybody's watching for the first time, when I set these alerts, you're more than happy, more than welcome to write them down, use them kind of as a guide for the week for you and what you're looking to do. Now, also, I do want to give a disclaimer. When I give you an alert, I'm not saying that I'm guaranteed to get into a stock at this point if it hits this price, but essentially what I'm doing is I'm keeping it in memory on my radar. So when that alert goes off, I can check the stock again. I can look at how the stock is moving comparative with the rest of the stock market and see if I want to jump into a call or a put, depending on what type of alert I set on that particular stock when it hit my number. Tesla did file that 3-1 split Friday. You're absolutely correct. I'm not sure how much that 3-1 split is going to mean right now. Just because with the economy the way it is, and now the Fed is talking about there's almost a 50% chance of a 75 BPS rate push in one of the next meetings. Not the June meeting. I think they said the July meeting. So a 75 push is definitely not what the market was intended or expecting. So that could make us pull back if we get news, or it seems more likely that 75 push on the rates is going to come up. So we'll see how that plays out. But that Tesla split, it seemed like at the time that it was going to push Tesla. Now I'm not as sure because of that Fed news that came out. Uh, we're going to check out Melly. I appreciate y'all that's here. Definitely hit the like button if you can. If you find the information helpful, that like button helped me a whole lot. So I definitely will appreciate y'all hitting that like button. Now, looking at Melly, I will zoom in a bit and you'll see right here the 20-day EMA. We reclaimed it and then we gave it up Thursday and we followed up with some even more bearishness on Friday. So ugly news right here on Melly right now. Now, what I'm looking at, if I zoom out, this thing opened at 730.63. It got as high as 735.86. It got as low as 689.02, and it closed at 691.69. So below 689, this thing is definitely bearish right here. That big breakdown. You could definitely see it possibly test this this six excuse me, wow, my got tongue tied. You could definitely see it test the 674.50 area and possibly even the 640 area. Is not a lot of support, recent support for Melly trading down this low. This is near down near 52-week lows. And the RSI is at 38. So there's more room down. Not a whole lot more room, but there's definitely more room to the downside here. If you are interested in puts on Melly, 689 would be the number for me. Below 689, you could definitely jump in. If you're looking for calls, this thing needs to take out that 735 at the very least. If it takes out that 735, maybe it makes another run towards 800. That's a little bit risky, but I do like below that 689 area, and I do think that could be something for us. So this is going to be another one where I'm only setting the alert for the put to set an alert if I can for this way. I'm prepared if the market, like if I'm expecting the market to be bearish, but it turns out to be bullish, I want to be prepared. That's why I like to set a call and a put alert. And if I'm expecting the market to be bullish and it turns out to be bearish, I'm prepared because I set both alerts. But on the first two stocks that I like, I wound up setting myself up with only put alerts. So we'll see how that goes. Definitely, I mean, there's more stocks to come, so we'll see. Uh, and if you're new here and you got any questions about any stocks, drop your stock that you want me to chart in the comments. I will answer it. I will answer it as soon as I possibly can and help you guys get an understanding of whatever stocks it is that you might want to play. So that's that. Checking out NVIDIA here. NVIDIA lost the 20-day. And a lot of times after you lose that 20-day, you get weak. And NVIDIA had a weak trading day. You'll see with this big red candle right here. So that's pretty much what happened. If that 175.96, got as high as 176.97, got as low as 168.69, and closed at 169.74. So definitely towards the bottom. If this thing opens, if this thing can break below 168.50, puts would definitely be the move here. And if puts was the move here, you could take this thing. You probably have a shot of riding this thing back down to that 160 area. Got some pretty good support around there. If I looked at the low of this candle, 160, the low of this candle, 160, low of that candle, 157, so a little bit lower. Definitely got some support around that 160 area. If I hopped in puts below 168.50, I know that 160 area is an area that could possibly lead to a reversal. So I would definitely be looking to take profit if I was in at that time. If this thing breaks below 160, yeah, it could get real. But we'll see how that go. I'm not going to say that that's going to happen, especially since I don't expect a lot of movement until Wednesday. But it is definitely a thing that could happen. If this was to get bullish, this needs 177 at minimum to get bullish. This is another stock that, again, and even when you get 177, that 177 is going to put you right here at that 180 area, which is not really an attractive entry. So I probably couldn't get bullish on this until it broke up over 180. So what I'll do is I'll set an alert for the 180 and I'll set an alert for below 168.50 and I'll let that be. But with Nvidia, I'm not really feeling it like this is going to be bullish. But just in case at some point, like this alert doesn't have to go off Monday. This alert could go off next week and that'll be fine for me. Just as long as it makes us some money. And that's why you set the alert. So when it does happen, not saying it's going to happen today or tomorrow, but when it does happen, you're prepared and you can kind of come up with a game plan of what you need to do from there after that happens. So trying to get rid of some of these alerts that already did go off. Boom. I had so many alerts go off this past week. And there we go. I had a NVIDIA alert go off, funny enough. Get rid of some of them. That one. All right, yeah. So now, we at least got our eyes on the video. We know what we might be expecting. Um, all right, I'm having trouble buffering. Is anybody with me right now? Am I struggling? Let me know. If I am, I will definitely change my location and see if that will help y'all out better. Uh, Let me know. I see Pam and Tom Danger said I'm buffering. So y'all let me know what y'all see. And a couple of stocks. I'm gonna chart them up real quick. Well, actually, I'm skipping all over Ravina. I'm sorry, Ravina. I'm gonna grab Ravina's charts. Yes, I am. All right. So that means I need to relocate. I'm gonna go in the crib. I'm still here. I'm just relocating. Uh, and see if y'all can get me a little bit better without the buffer. Uh, let's see. Pam, you said I'm all right now. I didn't already started coming in the house. I wish you'd told me that when I was outside. But it is what it is. I'm in here now. And now let's see here. Baggage at the door. Welcome in. I see my connection is unstable. Hopefully y'all hear me now. Hopefully I'm clear. I just relocated. You said when it goes to FinViz, it buffers. All right. Well, hopefully that don't happen now. Now I'm back in my normal location where I usually am at when I do these lives. Heck, I needed to come in anyway. Apparently, I need to charge my computer up. So plug that back in and let's get going again. Now, that being the case, Ravina asked about V, Amazon, and AMD. So let's check out V real quick. Pulling up V. Big ugly red candle on Thursday. Gave up pretty much all the EMAs and then followed it up with another big red candle. Hopefully I'm not buffering here. Followed it up with another big red candle right here. In this candle, you wanted this candle to hold that 200 area. That's a pretty important area for V. And I don't believe that it did. So this candle opened at 201.99. It got as high as 203.42. It got as low as 199.18. And it closed at 199.51. So it closed towards the very bottom. Right here, if this thing wants to be any kind of bullish, it definitely needs to take out that 203.42 area. However, below 200, puts can definitely work here. Now, this thing does have a tiny bit of support around this 195 area, So I wouldn't be much interested here. That's not really a nice move. They do got a tiny bit of support around that 195 area. Um, but if you're interested, below 199, puts could definitely work. Above 204, above 203.50, that's really tight because then you got that 205 area, which is a little heavy. So you probably can't even enter this until you're over 205 or below 199. That's what I would be looking at on V. Not something I'm super attracted to right now from this level, but that's what you would be looking at going forward. Pam said, what happened to hers? What did you ask for, Pam? I didn't see. I didn't see you asking for anything. The only thing I seen you say was about me buffering. So you got to drop your comment and then I can chart it. You said Baba, but you asked way after everybody else. I got a bunch of stocks to do before Baba. So I'll get to that. Um, Amazon, we're gonna pull up Amazon real quick. I know that thing had an ugly Friday for sure. Amazon did not have a fun day. People was expecting it to moon after the split. I was not one. Um, really, if we think about it, only Tesla went crazy after the split. Nvidia was kind of sort of strong, not majorly, but after the split happened, only Tesla really ran up, and even Tesla, it still pulled back, but then it took off again. But I'm not really surprised that this is not going crazy. I think now that we're starting to get used to splits happening, that they're becoming more normalized. People are understanding how to trade it better now. So what happened was when we got that Tesla split, that first Tesla split, because obviously we got a new Tesla split. When we got that first one, we hadn't had a split, if I recall, for about 7 or 8 years. So when everybody seen it, I mean, we had like the small stocks do a forward split, which is different than Tesla doing the split that they're doing. But that being the case, once Tesla split, what happened? Everybody got so crazy and so excited about it, and they wanted to see it through. But now that we had Tesla split, Amazon split, Apple split, Nvidia split, uh, wow, TTD split, a couple other ones split. Now that we done had all these splits, now I don't know if the split is as exciting anymore. Google split, so I'm not sure if I'm expecting these stocks to run like Tesla did after the split. And this is why Amazon is doing what it's doing now after the split. It's going to pull back. It's pulling back ugly and mess around and hit 100, and then from there we'll see what happens. But if you look at this Amazon stock, you'll see it finally give up that 20-day EMA, and then you had the big red candle right here. Open at 113.36. It got as high as 114.50. It got as low as 109.05, and it closed at 109.65. So it closed towards the bottom in that area of 110. Around this area, you was hoping that would be like a psych number, and the human element, people want to keep it above 110, but even 110 gave up. So now it's to the point where below 109, you could definitely jump in puts here and see if you can ride this thing down to this 103.50 area. That would be the next area that you could possibly ride it down to, where there's any kind of support at. And if you're aggressive, which depending on how bearish the market get, depending on what the Fed is talking about, you can definitely see this thing under 100. It's a very real possibility. And not a lot of people would have projected that, knowing the Amazon split. You thought maybe it will run right back up again. But there's a lot of turbulence. And like I said, and I can't stress it enough, the Fed doing that, the Fed saying that there's a 45% chance, that or the market saying that there's a 45% chance that the Fed do a 75 BPS rate push in July as opposed to that 50 rate push could definitely mean bad news for the market as far as being any kind of bullish. So you got to keep your eyes on what the Fed is going to do. If it gets more likely, I can't stress this enough. If it gets more likely that they're going to do a 75 rate push, then yeah, it's going to get ugly. We have not seen the lowest low just yet, which originally I thought we had. But I thought we had because I thought that we were going to get 50 rate pushes, not 75 rate pushes. Coming in at 75, it'll be a little bit different. We're going to check out AMD real quick, and then we're going to move on to the stocks that Irma asked about. Um, Pam is saying something about Pam. I don't have any questions on here that you asked other than about you buffering. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't know if the comment didn't come up, but it's not on my list. I just scrolled up. So I don't know. Only thing I got you asking Baba, and I got you asking that here after a whole bunch of other stocks. Maybe I missed the comment, but I'm scrolling up right now. I know you probably see my computer screen moving. I got Ravina right here. And I got you asking about buffering, and Todd Angel come in and ask about buffering. No questions right here. No stocks asking me to chart right here. So I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry for that. I definitely appreciate y'all that hit the like button that's rocking with me right now. That like button is so important to me. It helps me have some kind of chance of growing. I need this channel to hit 3,000 subscribers before 2022 comes to an end. So hopefully y'all can do that. The more y'all hit the like button, the more YouTube will show my stuff, the more I have a chance of growing. And it'll be a happy ending that way. We're gonna check out AMD real quick. Let's pull them up real quick. AMD. Boom. So once we get to AMD, this right here, very ugly looking chart right here. You get that small amount of green out of all last week. Every day last week was big red, other than this one day, which was green, and it wasn't much green. It was a a real small green. But then you get down to here, which is the candle that matters right now, and that candle opens at 98.84, got as high as 99.93, got as low as 94.25, and closed at 94.92. So it closed towards the bottom, which I know you've heard me say 1,000 times already in just this one live. It's funny how the market does that at times. But nevertheless, below 94, you could definitely get in. Keep in mind there's good support for AMD around this 90 area. So if you were being conservative, if you getting in below 94, you got to be ready to lock in profit at 90, or you can wait until this thing lose 90 and then see if you can retest this 85 area. A little more room if you're looking for the downside. Gives you a little more room on the downside. I'm not much excited about AMD up or down right here, so I'm gonna stay off of this one. Um, if you were looking for cars, this thing definitely has to get back to 100. If it get back to 100, maybe you could retest this 100-day EMA around that 105 area. I'm not much looking for that to happen, so I'm gonna stay off of it for now. But uh it's definitely looking bearish from the way that this daily chart is looking. And if I switched over real quick to the weekly is riding right on this 100 day, which the low of that is around 95. So again, like I was saying to you, if you lost that area, you can ride it down to about there, and that would sort of be, I believe that's where we closed that anyway. We closed below that. So actually, now that I think about it, that would take you down to this 90 area, I believe. And then if you looked over at the monthly, Pam, you sent me a text. I have no shot of being able to look at that text. I don't know why you did that right now. I have no shot of being able to look at that. So if you look over here at the monthly, you'll see we just lost the 20 day on the monthly, and you do got some support in the low 80s. So that could be something if this thing really break down. If we talk about that Fed 75 BPS push. Uh, uh, Now let's see here. Moving on down. Irma asked about TGT, so we definitely gonna pull them up. She asked about TGT on in Costco. So let's pull those up real quick. Target is definitely one that could be making a move here. It tried to fight back off those lows, but it got back down again on Friday. After the gap down, it opened at 151.51. It got as high as 152.72. It got as low as 149.63, and it closed at 149.67. Right now, Target is completely oversold. The RSI is at 27, which it can go lower, and it has went lower here recently. So that doesn't mean it is automatically going to reverse here. But if you enter, you got to be very cautious. Below 149.50 puts could definitely work, but I would not put a lot of money in one of these positions just because this thing can reverse at the drop of a dime because it is oversold. And when I talk about it being oversold, this is the RSI right here, guys, where you see that 2786 at. So that's right around this area. Now, just so you know, just recently, right before June, in this area right here, this thing did drop even lower. Was that still in June? No, this looks like this is in May. So this thing did drop below that 27 area. So it could go lower, but you just got to be careful. That's the only thing. And then you got a little divergence because the MACD is actually bullish at this time, even though the stock just gapped down how it did. But below 149, 50 puts can definitely work on target. And I'm kicking myself because I believe I had some target puts that expired 617, and I definitely stepped out on them a little quick. And now that I look at it, them target puts would have been in the money right now. But it is what it is. Can't go by if, just got to go by what happened. Definitely looked like target was reversing, and then target gave all that back and more. Below 149.50, definitely puts can work here. There's absolutely no reason to really be thinking about calls unless you're playing a reversal. If you're playing a reversal, you need this over 153. I have no interest in a reversal. I do have interest in puts, however. You're going to hear me say that a few times here. So because of that, I'm going to set this alert for 149.50 and see if Target want to how Target want to act next week if they want to give me some money. For those of you that don't know, my son's birthday is tomorrow. My oldest boy, and we going to New York for a few days. So if Target wants to contribute to our trip, I definitely won't be mad at that. If Target want to pay for dinner for a night or two, I definitely won't be mad at that at all. Um, let's check out on real quick. And when I pull up on, the easy thing to see without even looking at too much is this 60 line is very important. So you guys see that, right? Let me zoom in. If you see where my mouse is on the screen, right where this line is very important. You'll see it being basically it's a flip line. Above 60, you could get bullish. Below 60, you could get bearish. This chart right here is such an easy one because that 60 line is so defined. So with that being the case, you don't even have to spend a lot of time on this stock. What I will tell you, however, is this is not a stock that I really care to trade a lot, simply because it doesn't really move. It doesn't move aggressively. And you guys that the ones that are familiar with me that's here, I like stocks that move aggressively. Uh, it could be aggressively up or aggressively down, but those slow movers, not really my thing. Um, and that's just how I've always been as far as trading goes. But this one right here, below 60, you could definitely jump in puts. Above 60, you can look for that retest of 65. That is a risky proposition, but it is a thing that could happen above 60. That 60 line is very important on this stock. That's very easy to see. Let's see here. We're also going to check out Costco. Let's see. All right. Pull up Costco real quick. Let's see what they look like. Costco in the middle of last week when everything was acting crazy, it tried to get bullish for a quick second, but obviously it didn't have the strength to keep it up. But right here, right now, you can see, excuse me for yawning, y'all. We're basically trading inside the channel. And what I mean by that is if I zoom in a little bit, you can see for the most part, for all of June and towards the end of May, we're living in between 460 and 480. We're living in between that area. We're not getting out of that range. Even when we break up out that range, the same candle, we wind up coming right back, or we come right back the very next day. So it's trading really tight. It's trading inside the channel. It's really hard to get excited about Costco unless it can consistently break down below 460 or up above 480. Anything other than that is really not worth trading right now. And that sucked to say because Costco, you guys know I like trading Costco. I've definitely made a lot of money trading off Costco. But right here, right now, it's just not worth it. It's just not a stock worth looking at until it can break through those levels. Either below 460 or above 480, then you got a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Um, so that was Costco. Pam asked for Baba. Oh, wait. I still can't get the Pam. I got baggage at the door right here. Uh Baggage at the door wants to check out SE. So we're gonna pull them up real quick and see how that looks. SE guys right here. These candles are getting smaller and smaller on SE. It's crazy. I remember this thing was up over $200 a share, and now here we are. It's crazy to see that, but that's what the inflation has done to the economy, and now it's affecting it. Well, not now, but for some time now, it has been affecting the stock market as well. It's definitely making things that you're used to being priced at a whole lot different area, be priced a whole lot lower to the point where it looks like a deal. But then if you buy it, and it's still more downside to go because this economy is not ready to flip yet. So that's where we are. Just gave up the 20-day EMA. This last candle on SE opened at 79.82, got as high as 80.99, got as low as 74.47, and closed at 76.28. So it closed towards the middle pretty much, but definitely more so on the downside. Now, this been the case, if this thing loses that 74.47 area, it definitely has room to the downside. You could definitely see this thing test that 70 area. Now, 70 area is going to be key. If it loses 70, this thing could easily find itself back down around that 55 area. So that 70 area is super important for SE. It needs the hold right there. Um, I believe I could be mistaken. I believe I might be in SE puts right now in my paid options group chat or my tier 3. I'm not sure which one, but it's definitely one of those two. I believe I'm in SE puts in, and I'm definitely looking for those puts to pay going into next week. So we'll see how that works. But below 74.47, below 74, you could get bearish right here. And if you want to get bullish, this thing at the very minimum needs to take 81. Not something I'm looking at, but that 74 area is a key area because there's so much potential downside here. So I do want to alert myself below that 74 because it could be time to add to my put position on SE if that thing does fall down like that. So we got SE there. What else we got? We're gonna check out JD. Let's pull them up. Oh, y'all don't want to see that. Let's get that all the way off the screen. Wow. Pulling up JD. We just gonna act like that didn't happen. Let's just act like that screen was not there. That's the second time I did that to myself. That's funny and not funny at the same time. You're looking at JD. This last candle opened at 63.03, got as high as 64.77, got as low as 61.33, and closed at 61.51. So it closed towards the bottom. A very important area for JD is going to be 60 again. So I don't know if you guys that's here currently have heard me speak about this before. I know somebody has, but human beings, we're humans. And obviously, duh. And we have certain things that just we all subconsciously think about and have in mind, even when it's not a purposeful thing. So one of those things are numbers, and you might hear me refer to psych numbers at a time. And essentially, what I'm saying is, even if the chart don't tell you this number is or is not important for whatever reason, sometimes just being a human, those numbers are just automatically important. So one of those numbers is a round number, like 60. So we saw that we just looked at a chart, I think it was on, where 60 was a key number. Now you're looking at JD, same thing. 60 is a key number again. So when you see those round numbers, 50, 40, 30, any of those type of numbers, a lot of times they're numbers that's important to us, even if the chart don't say it's important. So I know we had a stock I was looking at, I forget which one, where I said it has some upward you could possibly jump in calls at 177.50, but then I looked at the chart and I said, but that's so close to 180 that you might even want to wait that out and get in at the 180 level. It might have been the video I said that on. And it's because, again, 180, that's a nice round, even number. People are going to see that and people are going to be like, all right, I want to sell at 180 or I want to buy at 180, et cetera, et cetera. So because we know that they're going to make decisions around 180, we don't want to get in right before 180. And then if they make the opposite decision, now we left holding the bag. So with JD right here, above 60, you could be bullish here all you want. And you definitely have a chance to go and challenge that 65 area, which we haven't been to since the middle of March. But if this thing can't hold 60, you could definitely jump into puts. And if you jump into puts, you got downside to this 55 area where they got some good support right there. So that's how you look at JD, and you'll see that right there on the screen. Um, Also, we're gonna pull up Nicola real quick and see what Nicola's talking about. Let's pull them up real quick. I did. Uh, Pulling up Nicola right here. So Nicola is a stock that we've made a lot of money on, trading at times. But right here, under this level, under this non-level, I'll say, it's really hard to be excited about Nicola. So if you look, all right, so I'm gonna show you why I say that. Let's draw a line right here if I can. Boom, there's my line. There's 9. So right, you see that line right there, right? Look at how big the candles are up here and how there's movement up and down, et cetera, et cetera. And look at how a lot of these candles here are like right next to each other. Like you roll $8 for like a week, then you roll $7 for like a week, then you roll $6 for like a week and a half. And if you look at just from 6 to 7, right? You were in from 6 to 7 for about a month. So like at this point, it's just not worth trading here. This thing needs to be over $9 to be worth trading. Under 9, you can't really. I mean, you could trade it, but why? There's so many other things you could trade that can make you some money. So that's how you got to look at that right there. Um, let's pull up something else. We're gonna pull up SPY. Never mind pulling up SPY. That's always good for me. Y'all already know that. Let's see what SPY look like. And SPY, I thought it did a good job towards the end of the day defending that 390 area, and then it gave it up at the very end. So that's just one of those things. But it defended that 390 area several times on Friday, and then it had happened what it happened. So here's the 390 area right here. And this is why I thought it was important if we could hold that 390 area. If you see this, you'll see it's not much going on lower than this, right? So if we defend that, then to me, that means we're going to bounce. We're going to get back to 400. But if you lose that, then that means you're going to test the downside. So when I saw us defending the 390 area, I thought maybe I could sneak in a quick spy call. And, who knows how that'll play out, if it'll be a win or if it'll be a loss. But I was looking at us defending that 390 area. Then you get to the SPY candle. This thing opened at 394.88. It got as low as 395.78. It got as high as 395.78. It got as low as 389.75, and it closed at 389.80. So it closed towards the bottom, and it closed below that 389 area, that 390 area that I was looking to hold. Now down here, you definitely can get bearish. You got a little support around this 387 area, and if you lose that, then you could take this thing down to 380 all over again. So 387 is almost like doomsday for SPY. If you lose SPY 387, it's a long way down. And that's not saying that you can't get bullish until 387 happen. I mean bearish. You could get bearish below 389.50, but you just got to keep in mind that there is some support around 387. Don't be afraid to take profit. Or if you got several contracts, maybe you take some profit and leave some out there just to see what happens. But if you get a full-fledged reversal, you got to be willing to cut the last, whatever amount of contracts you holding. Below 389.50, this thing definitely can get bearish. and it just turned 6 o'clock on the east. And the only thing that means is that futures is about to get going. So for y'all that are here with me, we'll click over and check out futures every once in a gray blue. I got my future screen up right here. I don't know why I got that pop up, but I check future S&P and the Nasdaq and start popping up on screen. That usually start happening a little bit after 6, but that SPY area is definitely a key area. Above 390, like I said, we could bounce and we could take this thing right back into the 400 area with no real sweat. But if we're not going to gain that 390 area, 387 and 380 are the next areas that I will be looking at. Those are going to be key areas. We're going to check out Square real quick. Square, it was one that it was trying to be relatively strong, and then it just got weak out of nowhere. And essentially what happened was we were playing around with this 20-day EMA for a couple of weeks, and finally the Bulls wasn't taking over, so finally the bear said, "Watch this." And when the bear said, "Watch this," big bear candle. And then we came back with another bear candle. And now here we are down near recent lows again. So this one opened up at 74.93, got as high as 76.24, got as low as 70.23, and closed at 71.87. Below 70, this thing could retest that 65 area. To those of you that follow me on any of my social medias, or if you look at my YouTube posts, I believe I dropped a post. I dropped a picture of Square's chart, this very chart, and I told you guys that I thought this was going to retest 65. So I could turn out to be a pretty smart guy if that happens, or I could turn out to be a crazy person because it may not happen. But as of right now, I'm still bearish here looking at this chart. I still think we can retest that 65 area and possibly go even lower. The RSI right here is at 37, which is obviously which is low, but it's not the lowest Square has been. Square can go even lower. Square has been down, as crazy as it sounds, below 20 on the RSI. Now, I'm not saying it'll go down below 20 again, but what I'm saying is below 70, I want to know because I want to get in and see how this thing gonna act. This thing definitely got the ability to get low like the Yin Yang twins. So I definitely want to be aware of what's going on with that Square. That rhyme, that was kind of funny. I want to be aware of what's going on with Square. But whatever though. Y'all can't pay me no mind. I laugh at my own jokes. I'm a weirdo. But you gotta be. You gotta be able to find humor in things like this. Especially when it's an opportunity to make you some money. We're gonna check out U1 real quick. And if you hear and you haven't dropped any stocks, or if you hear and you have dropped any stocks, drop some stocks in the comments. I'll chart any stocks you have. Drop any questions you have about the market. Drop any questions you have. I'll answer them in the order I see them as soon as I see them. As you see, I'm just kind of scrolling down my list, seeing the comments, seeing the questions, and answering them as best as I can. So hopefully this is going to help you guys prepare for this week, and hopefully it'll help me prepare for this week. My options group chat prepare for this week. My tier 3 channel membership prepare for this week. Also, guys, I have an email list I'm thinking about putting together. I haven't finalized it yet, but I'm thinking about putting together an email list with potential, not guaranteed plays, but potential plays in it that will go out to you guys like every Sunday or something like that. Just something I'm playing around with. I'll know more about if I'm going to do that later on this week, but it's a definite thing on the horizon. You guys know me. I'm always trying to give out information as much as possible anytime anybody's interested. So if there's enough interest in the email list, it is something that I'll definitely set up, and I'll probably set up some kind of special tier for it on YouTube. It won't be like tier 1, 2, or 3 because we already got them. It'll be something else, and I'll price it accordingly. It won't be more expensive than tier 3. Tier 3 is going to always be my most expensive one because it's education based, but it will be something where we can possibly get an idea on some plays for the week to come. Now looking at U1. Let's see how that thing looks. U1, so we had this big bear candle. I still don't know why. I missed some kind of news apparently, but we had this big bear candle, which kind of threw us all the way off from what I was planning to do, but at the same time, maybe it helped what I was planning to do. U1 is obviously, or not obviously, maybe you don't know, but it's one of those black owned stocks. It's one of the few black owned stocks. And because of that, this month being June, this being June 12th, we're closing in on Juneteenth. Because of that, U1 is always attractive this time of year. Ever since Juneteenth has gotten some national publicity, should I say. And because of that, this big red candle right here could be an opportunity for us to jump in. So what you've seen since then, you've seen us kind of hold this 650 area, kind of hold that, and then you had this big bull candle right here. So this big bull candle opened at 672, got as high as 787, got as low as 670, and closed at 765. So right now, I'll tell everybody, if you hear, you get a free one right here, courtesy of the options boss. Listen, everybody know I play the high of the candle, I play the low of the candle, looking for momentum. If this thing takes out that 8 area, I'm definitely going to be in U1 calls this week, come rain, sleet, or snow. The only thing I need is for it to take out that 787 area or that 8 area. If it take out the 8 area, I'm jumping in and I'm gonna make some Juneteenth money courtesy the homeboys at U1. So I'm gonna set an alert here. This is gonna be the first call alert that I remember setting. I think I set one for NVIDIA, but I just set it just cause. But U1 is one that I'm setting that I'm actually legitimately interested in. So above 8, you'll definitely see me in some U1 calls, and I'll probably have my options group chat in some U1 calls. And if you here and you not in the options group chat, you definitely need to hit me up, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and ask how can you get in the options group chat. And it'll definitely be we'll exchange information. It'll definitely be a good move to get yourself going. It's a good place to be for newer traders, especially because you're not trading by yourself. You got somebody you can bounce ideas off of. My homie baggage at the door. She's fairly new to the group. She'll hit me up every once in a while, ask me a question about a stock. I answer the question, and I'm sure probably gives her a second opinion or a little more comfort and whatever she was already thinking about doing. Not to mention the fact that she has access to whatever plays of mine that she is or is not interested in, so she can kind of go through and say, hey, I like this play, I'm gonna jump in. I don't like that one, I'm gonna skip it, etc., etc. So the options group chat is definitely a great place to be for newer traders. And if you're a veteran trader and you don't have a lot of success by yourself, the options group chat is for you too. Basically, the options group chat is for anybody who is trading uh, by themselves who does not have a lot of success. If you having success on your own, much love to you. Keep doing your thing. If you're not, you should definitely be in the options group chat, and I will always say that to y'all. Um, Scrolling down a bit, let's see here. Pam asked about RDBX and Microsoft, so we're gonna check them out. Long money, what's up, homeboy? Wow, I'm just now catching up down here. So my bad for that. But welcome in, bro. I hope you still around. I hope you rocking with me. Uh let's see here. Yeah, I hope you still rocking with me. We're gonna check out Redbox real quick for Pam and for anyone else interested. I know I'm interested in this one myself. And you will see big bull candle right here on Friday. This candle opened at 971, got as high as 1470, got as low as 965, and closed at 1320. So it closed towards the top, but not at the very top. So right here, where this is at, for this to get bullish, you need this above 15. Above 15, and this thing could get real funky. And listen, guys, I'm gonna make a video. This is the first time I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a video after I'm done this live tonight, telling y'all some news about Redbox that you may or may not know. It won't be a long video. It won't be 15 minutes or anything like that. But it is going to be a couple things that you should know just in case you don't know. But above 15, this thing really could get bullish. I'll be interested to see what happens here. If it were to lose that 965, all the momentum is gone. At that point, it might pull back. But if it doesn't do that, like I said, if this thing, if it stays above that area, you definitely want to be patient and wait to see this thing bust above 15. And if it busts above 15, it could get crazy. The key here is the RSI is super hot. RSI is at 75. However, that's not the highest that the RSI has been. So, there is more room to the upside. The RSI has gotten as high as it looks like that 84 area. So it definitely got more room to the upside. Uh, what you could have happen here, because what happened the last time the RSI broke up like that, is we did have a small pullback, but then after the pullback, we kind of settled and then we took off again. So there could be a small pullback here and then another takeoff, which would take us even higher. That's something to look for. But this thing just could keep going because we have not hit the highest that this RSI has hit so far. So like I said, it's definitely been higher in early April. Early May. And I believe Pam wants us to check out Microsoft. So let's pull that up real quick. Boom. Pulling up Microsoft. And let's see how Microsoft look real quick. Did we check out Baba? I might have skipped Baba. We're gonna check out Baba next because I don't feel like I pulled up Baba. I'm really having a brain cramp. If I charted Baba, somebody let me know. If I did not chart Baba, I'm going to chart Baba after I do this one. I'm having a brain cramp right now for some reason. Can't remember if I charted it or not. But looking at this Microsoft play, it lost that 260 area, which was a tough sign. And then from there, what you have, you open up at 260.25, you get as high as 260.58, you got as low as 252.53, and you close at 252.99. Close towards the very bottom. Ugly, ugly day. Now, right here, what you're looking for is you're looking for this to go below 250.50. And if it does, the key is you do got a little support around this 250 area. So I'm not sure how excited you want to be about a put here. It's a little risky because you got that 250 support. I might be more interested in this if it lost 250 and to see how that would look on a put. That might really get me a little excited. And if this was to come back and reclaim that 260.58 area, you can maybe get excited about some calls here. Not excited, but you can get interested in some calls here to see if you can come back and retest that 270 area. So I am going to alert that above 261 and calls can work, and below 250 puts can work. And again, because I got to repeat certain things because I'm not sure if it's the same viewers or different viewers are in and out. But feel free to write down these alerts that I set. And when you write down these alerts, feel free to use them throughout the course of the week to, strategize how you're going to trade this week. And when I say an alert, it doesn't mean that I'm guaranteed to get into the play at that price. I know the ones that do that watch my live all the time. You like, dang, he got to say this again. But yo, I got to say it every time and I got to say it multiple times. So it's just one of those things. But you definitely want to make sure that you know that I'm not automatically getting in at this number. I'm going to get that alert. I'm going to pull up the stock. I'm going to look at the chart. I'm going to compare it to the stock market as a whole. And I'm going to decide if I want to jump in or if I don't want to jump in at that point. So that's how that goes. It doesn't mean automatically get in, but it means that it's on my radar. So definitely take notes of those numbers and write them down. And, hopefully we can make some money off of these numbers. Whether you trading on your own or you trading in my options group chat or you trading in my tier 3. And speaking of making money, I do got to do the quote unquote business aspect. And I do got to remind y'all that YouTube has this super thanks button and a super chat button. And those buttons are very important. If you don't know what they do, I'll give you the quick rundown. Essentially, if you hit the super thanks or you hit the super chat, you can donate $2, $5, $10, $20. I think the highest is $50 to my channel. Basically just helping the channel grow, helping me grow as a YouTuber. That money obviously allowed me to take care of myself, get better YouTube equipment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Take care of the family. So it's very thankful. It's not mandatory. You don't have to. If you don't do it, I'm still going to come and give you guys the best content I possibly can. And if you do it, I certainly do appreciate it because it's well needed. And I'm hoping that this information that I give you guys really do help you and really do help you make some money. And if you want to kick off a penny or two of that towards my way, like I said, is majorly appreciated. I definitely rock with y'all that do. Now, that being said, I'm going to check out Baba because I didn't see anybody saying that I charted Baba. So let's check out Baba, and maybe the next time I come back to my screen, somebody would have hit a super chat thanks, and I would definitely be appreciative if so, or maybe a couple somebodies will hit one. Uh, so looking at Baba right here, you got this big bull candle, and then you've been inside ever since. You've been consolidating ever since. So now the next thing is going to be, is this going to break down and start coming back towards that 100 area, or is this going to hold that area and start going back towards that 120 area? Now, Baba holding that 110 area, that 109, 110 area is very key because the RSI did get high right here on Baba. Let me pull that down for y'all. The RSI did get high right here on Baba when we was getting to that area. So that pullback, that those couple inside days got us around here, which is still high on the RSI, but is room to the upside. There's definitely room now. Whereas right here, this was the highest RSI Baba's had in some time. So now, because we had the two inside days, we pulled back. Now maybe we're ready to take off and go even further. The MACD, just because it's on the screen, is super duper bullish right now. So that's a good sign, and hopefully that we're going to use that strength of the MACD to kind of take off a little bit. This candle right here, opened at 114.80, got as high as 114.82, got as low as 108.24, and closed at 109.84. So it closed towards the bottom, but not at the very bottom. One of the things I was looking at with Baba was it holding that 109 area, that 109, 110 area. If it stayed in that range, I feel like it has a chance to turn itself around and take back off and challenge that 120 area. But it definitely needed to stay in this range. The low of this candle is 107.81. So I guess technically, really, as long as it hold 107.81, you fine. If it lose that, you definitely got to worry about the retest of 100. If oh my voice, if it takes out 115, then you definitely got a shot of retesting this 120 area. But 120 has been pretty strong for Baba recently, so we don't know if we can get through. But you could definitely retest the area at the very least, which would be a good sign if you want to be a Baba bull here. So I'm gonna say above 115 and below 107.50. I'm gonna set alerts on Baba. I think that's a nice setup. And what else? Saying 107.50. Set those alerts, and that's just something I got in mind that I might jump in depending on how things shake out. Set my alert for Baba. There that go. And now back over here. Let's see here. Barlaw want to check out Sophie. We're gonna check them out, but I got an idea what I'm gonna say already. Let's pull Sophie up real quick though. Pulling up Sophie. Yep. Already knew what I was gonna say. It's untradeable, bro. Uh this six area, if you look right here, it's been between 6 and 7. It's been between 6 and 7 for over a week now. That means it hasn't moved a full dollar in a week, up or down. Not interested. Count me out. Not even worth it at this point. You can wake me up when Sophie is over 10. Under 10 is not worth trading right here. So yeah, you can definitely count me out on that. Let me see here what we got. Long money want to check out CHPT, TTD, Tesla, DKNG, and Oxy. We definitely gonna do that. Long money. I'm gonna skip over AMD just because I charted AMD earlier. If you replay this, not saying watch the whole thing, but if you skip around, you'll definitely run into AMD. But I'm definitely gonna chart all those other ones that you asked about. And I'm gonna take a quick pause to get some water. Y'all probably hear my throat scratching up. This is what happened when I'm talking to y'all for an hour straight. But I'm still good. So as long as y'all still interested, I'm still gonna keep going. Let me get my quick water swig on. Goodness gracious. All right, now let's get back. What we going to? CHPT. Let's see how that thing look for us real quick. CHPT. Pulling it up. So CHPT, I think I think I just charted this late last week for y'all, or middle of last week, and I was essentially saying that I missed when it broke over 14. I was telling everybody I wanted this over 14. And if I caught it over 14, I was going to jump in. But I missed on it because it was one of them Jones. Like I tell y'all, I set the alert, and then when the alert go off, I go check it. And for whatever reason, I checked it on that given day when it broke over 14 and I didn't jump in. So I said the next area I'm looking at is 16. I said if it busts through 16, I'm going to get some. So if you see right here, like it tried, but it didn't really have nothing to it, and it wound up giving back-to-back doji candles. If you look, doji candle right here, doji candle right here, and then we broke back down with this red one right here. So I say that to say, to get bullish, I still need this above 16. I can't do nothing on a call below 16. However, if this thing get bearish, and when I say get bearish, I mean if this thing lose 14, you could definitely jump into puts and see if you can ride this thing uh down to this 12 area, which would be right around here on the charts. So if it lost 14, you could definitely get some put money right here. I will definitely set that alert and see if I can get some CHPT money on the way down. And I mean, if it want to get bullish, I don't mind getting some calls. But for me to jump in calls, I needed above 60. Above 60, above 16. Woo, I'm tripping. CHPT get above 60, and we all going to Sizzler. And that's some old school options group chat humor. If you know, you know. If you don't know, that means you missed a good time. But yeah, CHPT over 16, you can get bullish. Under 14, you can get bearish and make some money. We're gonna check out TTD. Let's see how that thing move. TTD real quick. And this thing right here, this one of them ones where it don't take a lot of genius work to see. This 50 area is the key. Above 50, maybe you get bullish. Below 50, you're gonna get bearish. And you could probably, if you get bearish, you got a good ways down. So I actually like this TTD setup if this thing want to get bearish here. Let me look at this candle. It just gave up the 20-day EMA. So that's a sweet setup. And actually, y'all know I like to show love on social media, and every once in a while I'll drop a stock that people can keep their eyes on. So I just screenshot this because I'll probably drop this stock as a free one for everybody who don't know about the Options Boss YouTube channel, and just let them know, yo, below 50, you could probably make some money right here. But if you look at this TTD chart, it opened at 5108. It got as high as 5206. It got as low as 48.57, and it closed at 49.27. So from this, it's already bearish, right? You see this thing below 48.50, put city is definitely in the making. If you want to get bullish here, this thing needs to take out the high of this candle at the very least. You're talking about, what was the high of that candle? It needs to take out 52.50 at the very least to get bullish. I'm not even really looking for that right here. Only thing I got my eyes on is that 48.50. If I see this thing below 48.50, I definitely think it's a good chance to make some money here. So I'm going to set that alert right here, right now. And it's crazy. It shows what inflation could do, because TTD is a really good stock. And I never would have thought, even after the split, that I would see it trading like this right now. But again, inflation is just killing these stocks, bro. And I mean, I'm not crying for no rich people, but I am definitely trying to hope that I can get myself in position to make some money off puts. While those rich people making their money as well. So there's that. So yeah, we got TTD. Did I already do Tesla? I feel like I did Tesla, but I'm not 1,000% sure. So we're gonna pull Tesla up again. Let's pull Tesla up. Hey, if y'all here and you think you're getting some good information, definitely hit the like button. That like button is super important to me, y'all. The like button and the super chat button. Two of the most important buttons you can do if you want to help me grow. I definitely appreciate it. So there's that. Looking at Tesla, definitely did this chart earlier, but it is what it is. Open at 705.19, got as high as 718.50, got as low as 683.74 and closed at 696.69. So if you see this thing below 683.74, you could definitely jump in here and see if you could test the downside. If this is going to reverse, it needs to clear 718. It needs to clear 720 to reverse. And I know that from just knowing the chart because we've been looking at it a little bit. So let me show y'all real quick why I said 720. Real quick. And it ain't got to be 100% accurate, my line. It just got to be accurate enough. So this line is 719.43, right? But if you look at it, you see some good resistance right there. So pretty much anything below that line, you got to be thinking about either staying off of the play or jumping in puts if you do anything. Anything above that line, that's when you can start thinking about calls. So knowing that, above 720, I can get bullish here. Below 683, I can get bearish here. I don't even know if I set an alert for Tesla, but if I didn't, I'm going to set it now. And if I did, then I'm just going to have two. 720, and I might want to make that an actual number. And below 683.50. And either one of those, I think will make us some money because Tesla's probably going to be moving all types of crazy ways this week. So we'll see how that looks. Let's see here. We're going to check out DK&G real quick. See how that looks. DK&G. DK&G is pretty much been trading inside the channel. And it's been doing that for how long now? It's been doing that for pretty much a month. If you look from right here, this date, I'm not even going to look at the date. The date is almost irrelevant. To right here, that's about a month of going straight sideways. So what that tells me, you already guessed it. It's not worth charting. It's not worth trading. Forget the darn stock exists for now. Get it out your mind. Don't think about DK&G. We're going to check out OXI real quick for the homie long money. And I know I told y'all this story before, but I always like to show love when I can. My homie long money, he's one of my first subscribers. One of the first people, OXI, I'm sure you don't mean docs. So whatever OXI is not popping up on FinViz. So I can't even pull that up because I'm sure you don't mean docs. But Gold Money been one of the first guys to ever rock with me. Like he was the first person that commented on my videos and stuff like that. Like when almost nobody was watching me. So I always got show love when he slide through. My bad, I couldn't pull up that OXI, but yeah, that joint's definitely not on FinViz, y'all. D. Charles said U1 always does this around Juneteenth. Well, I know they take off every year around Juneteenth, so I didn't know about the big pullback, but that big pullback hopefully give us a chance to make some money. And I see baggage at the door, like let's get this Juneteenth bag, and you already know that's what we on. So let's see. And Ravina said U1 ran about 70 cents after hours on Friday. Good. Let that thing keep going. I just want to see it over 8. If I see it over 8, I'm definitely in. And guys, we're going to check out futures real quick. Ooh, look at that. The Dow is red. S&P is red. NASDAQ futures is dumb red. This could be put city, guys. So we'll see how that go. Yeah, we'll definitely see how that go. But that thing definitely looked like put city right there. So we'll see. If nobody else got nothing, I am going to jump into a few more. I didn't do the big 4 yet. I just did one of the big 4. So we're going to jump into QQQ right now. And if y'all got any more stocks, just drop your stocks. I will chart them or drop your questions and I will answer them as soon as I see it. Otherwise, I'm going to jump into some stocks on my own just to give us a little more preparation for the week. I want to make sure we as locked and loaded as we can be. I said, I told my options group, I said that I don't think it's going to be a lot of movement the next couple of days, and I could be wrong because I tell you what, down 1% on NASDAQ is some good movement. 1.3%, that's some good movement. So we'll see. I could be wrong, but I thought we was going to be inside. I mean, obviously it's 6:30 Sunday, so that could change. Like it's not gospel, but if it don't change, then yeah, it could be time to make some money off puts. And I'm definitely cool with that if so. Now, QQQ opened at 293.61. Got as high as 294.87. Got as low as 288.38 and closed at 288.84. So it closed towards the bottom. Um, what you need right now is you need to see this thing open up below 288. If it opens below 288, you can see the test of 285 and possibly that 282 and 280 area will be next targets from there. I wouldn't even say 282. If this thing goes below 285, my next target would be 280. So that's what I'll be looking at, assuming you open below 288. I am going to set an alert here. If this wants to get bullish, you need this above 295 to have any shot at bullishness. I'll set an alert to the upside as well, but I don't really see it happening. 295 for calls, below 288 for puts, and that should be an opportunity to make some money. 295, 288, and we'll see how that work out for us. Boom. That's one of my big four. Well, that's two of the big four now. I'm going to do Dia as well. Let's see how Dia look. Long Money said he meant Oxy. All right, that's a bet. I can do Oxy. I'm like OXI. I knew that it didn't sound like a stock I trade, but I'm like, I don't trade every stock. So maybe that's just one I haven't touched yet. But yeah, that's a bet though. Let's pull that up. Well, I got Dia pulled up. I'm gonna knock out Dia and IWM, so the big four is out the way, and then I'm gonna jump on your Oxy. And Irma, I see your comment, so I'm gonna get to yours as well. Let's check out Dia real quick. Already here. I'm tripping. And if you look at Dia, Dia was relatively strong compared to the other indices, but you had the gap down in the big bear candle, opened at 318.30, got as high as 318.77, so it didn't move much up at all. It got as low as 314.32 and it closed at 314.37. So it closed towards the bottom. Below 314 right here, you definitely looking at a retest of this 310 area. So it's definitely looking bearish with the way that this thing broke down and gave up that 20-day EMA. A lot of stocks here recently been giving up that 20-day, and when it's been giving up that 20-day, it hasn't been no fight in none of these stocks yet. You don't see anything looking like it might want to reverse. So for that reason, below 314 puts could definitely work right here, and it probably got good room to the downside. And then we're going to pull up IWM real quick. And let's see how IWM look. IWM was actually the strongest of the big four, if I recall. And since I said that, it's been red, red, and red. And it gave up that key area of 180. So now what you got here is funny because it took us, 2 weeks to get back to the COVID lows of 190. And it took us 3 days to get back down below that to where we almost to right where we was. 4 days and we might actually be there. So we'll see. But looking at IWM, it opened at 180.46. It got as high as 181.55. It got as low as 177.65. And it closed at 178.59. So it closed towards the bottom here. Below 180, you could definitely be bearish right here. And if you are bearish, the next level of support is probably going to be around 175. Around that 175 area, that'll be the next level of support. If it don't hold that, you could definitely see 170. So that's what I would be looking for on IWM. But all the four major indices, at least just looking by the naked eye at these charts, they look bearish though. So that's pretty much every single one. And now we're going to check out OXY, like Long Money and like Irma asked for. So pulling them up real quick. OXY just gave up the 20-day. This is one of the rare stocks that's been moving strongly. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of these stocks, when they give up the 20-day, that's the last EMA. And it ain't nothing left to give up. This stock, giving up the 20, that's the first EMA. It still got the 50-day, which could be some support around that 50 area. Around that 62 area. It got the 100-day and it got the 200-day. So this one still got some key areas. The other stocks, when they give up the 20-day, is no EMA support below that. So It's definitely been a struggle for them. Oxy opened at 64.77, got as high as 66.12, got as low as 62.90, and closed at 63.87. So it closed pretty moderately, I would say. Um, this for me to get bullish here, I would need this 67 area back to get that 20-day EMA. If I got that 67 area, maybe you could challenge this to 70. That's not a real exciting move for me. However, and if I was to get bullish here, you got this support around the 62.50 area, which isn't real exciting for me either. So actually, I just really wouldn't mess with right now. That's just my personal take. Um, Irma asked for MRO, so we're gonna pull them up. MRO has really been trading inside the channel the last week or so. So what it's been doing is it's been in between 30 and 32 for basically the last week and some change. So for that reason, to me, unless it breaks above 32 or below 30, it's not even really worth spending no time on. And I'm not going to spend much time on it right here, right now. I'm going to skip through that. And I don't see any more stocks here. So I'm going to jump into a few from my watch list as long as y'all rocking with me. I did see a few new people chime in. If you got any stocks you want me to chart, drop your stock in the comments. I'll see the stock. I'll chart it out, and definitely hit that like button if you just showed up and you gaining some information that's helpful to you, and hopefully we can get you some knowledge. But until then, I will look at some stocks. I'm going to look at Goldman Sachs. Let me pull up GS real quick. Y'all know I like to trade Goldman Sachs up or down. It's always good money on Goldman Sachs, guys, if you could catch it at the right time. So looking at Goldman, this thing, I mean, it's as low as I've seen it in a good while. I would like to know when was the last time it was this low? We talking about what's this? It closed at 286. When was the last time Goldman was at 286? You're talking about nah, that's not even 286. That's in the 300s. Wow. So the last time it was this low, you're talking about February of 2021. My gosh, I knew it was a while since I seen it, but yeah, that thing is definitely super duper low. But from here, this thing opens at 296.99. It got as high as 298.65, got as low as 286.85, and closed at 287.82. So what you'll be looking for is anything below 286.50, and you could definitely jump in puts here. If you were looking for calls, this needs 300 before you can worry about calls. I wouldn't even waste my time setting an alert on that just yet. But I will look for that below 286 that 286.50 area. And I'll go out to the weekly to see where my next area of support would be. So they got some support on a 200-day EMA around 284.50. Now here's the thing. If you lose this right here, you definitely could see a big drop. You definitely could see a big drop if you lose that. Or it could be an area to bounce if you want to think about long calls. I'm not that aggressive right now to be thinking about long calls, but I am keen on that 284.50 area. Below that area, this thing definitely could be put city. You talking about going down to 270 at the very least. So I'm gonna set my alert at 286.50, but I'm gonna keep special in mind that 284.50 area. And if you're watching this video, I want you to keep that 284.50 area in mind. So you'll know if you see Goldman below that 284.50 area, guys, you got a good chance of getting in and making some good money. And you know what? What I could do and what I will do is I'm gonna set two Goldman Sachs alerts. I'm gonna set 284.50 as well. This way, if I get sidetracked being on my daddy duty or whatever, I'll still know that 284.50 means something to me. And then I can always come back to the chart and look around and it'll refresh my memory when I see the chart of what exactly it means. So Goldman Sachs is definitely one I got in mind. Um, let me see here. We also got uh we checked out Square, we checked out V. I'm going to check out Dash because I feel like the bottom is ready to fall out right there too, guys. And if it is, I would like to be there to capitalize off that. So this candle right here opened at 66.28. It got as high as 66.75. It got as low as 61.23. And it closed at 62.18. So it closed towards the bottom. Right here, what you need is this thing to lose 61. You might as well say 60 because you right at that number that I'll be talking about again. If you lose 60 right here on Dash, guys, I don't see any reason why puts couldn't work. And they're probably going to pay out a lot. I'm looking for a big dump out of Dash. Right now, the RSI is at 39, so there's definitely room to the downside. Yeah, I really like Dash. And if I see Dash below 60, I could see myself possibly getting very aggressive on dash puts. So that's just something to keep in mind. Can't go too crazy because we got to remember the Fed got that meeting coming out Wednesday. And as we get closer to that meeting, there's going to be more information coming out about the economy and about the Fed plans, good and bad. And this is going to make the market move up or down based off of what's coming out. And we know what the charts tell us, but we don't know what the Fed tell us. And whenever the Fed say something, that's going to supersede the chart. Essentially, that's what happens. So I'm gonna keep that one in mind for sure. Definitely gonna watch Dash. Let's see. We're going to check out Snow. Let's see how Snow look. Let me tell y'all a funny story about Snow. So my options group chat, we got in Snow puts, and we made it. I think like 150 bucks, right? Not a horrible trade. Obviously, anytime you make money, it's not a horrible trade. So we made like 150 bucks, and I took profit because it seemed like we was about to bounce right in that area. As soon as I took profit, don't you know that thing dumped another $6? And I'm sitting here looking at myself like, my gosh, I missed the golden opportunity to make some pennies. Because if snow moves $6 in your favor, you're gonna make a lot of money off of that. So I was definitely salty when that happened right there. But nevertheless, it was a win. It just wasn't as big as I hoped. Definitely could be more room to the downside. Snow opened at 129. It got as high as 129.39. It got as low as 119.43. And it closed at 122.42. So it closed towards the bottom. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for Snow to lose 119. If Snow lose 119, we can retest that 112 area that happened right after earnings. So that's definitely what I will be looking for. I'm not interested in no puts here. Excuse me, no calls here or nothing. The only thing I want to see is Snow dumping. If I see Snow dumping, I'll be a happy man because I know I have a chance to make some money on this one. Snow is one of those ones that when it move, like you guys know, I say certain stocks is not worth trading, right? Snow is the exact opposite. Snow is a great stock to trade because if it's bullish, it's going to move six, seven, eight, $9. If it's bearish, it's going to move six, seven, eight, $9. And it's a good move out of a stock that's trading in that price range. So that's definitely that. Long Money asked about Starbucks and HPQ. So we're gonna pull them up. Starbucks, I think I know what I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna pull it up and see. And I actually am wrong right here. I didn't know what I was gonna tell you. So this is why I pull it up. This candle right here lost the 20-day EMA, right? It opened at 76.98. It got as low as 77.79. It got as excuse me, that was as high as it got. It got as low as 75.66 and it closed at 75.67. So it closed at the very bottom. Below 75 right here, puts can definitely work and puts can definitely take you down to that 70 area. I'm actually interested in the Starbucks put situation right here. I got no interest in calls. You see all these candles right here at the very top. All these candles you got consolidate. I got no interest in calls unless this thing break over 80 and able to hold that. Otherwise, I'm out of it. But the put side, I'm definitely interested in, which is fine because in general, I'm bearish for tomorrow, and it looks like the market is bearish for tomorrow. So that's fine that I'm interested in the puts. Starbucks put, like I said, below 75, definitely count me in for that. Trying to make sure I get all my alerts out the way that I'm already using up. Boom. And then we're gonna pull up HPQ real quick and see what that is. And that's Hewlett Packard. And this one, You'll see right here without even having to go too far. 200-day support at 35. You might as well call it 35, right? So if this thing was to lose 35, I know I can make money on puts. However, I also know this is a super slow mover, so it's not a stock that I trade a lot. This one is the exact opposite of snow that I was just talking about. So I wouldn't even set no alerts for this. If you're interested in puts below 35, you could do puts. If you're interested in calls, I mean, you see so many candles that's within $1. Like I wouldn't, yeah, I can't even say I would jump into a call anywhere here. I can't say that because I mean, this thing is too jumbled. I wouldn't do it at all. Um, Ravina want to check out Shopify. We're gonna check out Shopify, and I'm gonna wrap it up right here because yeah, we about an hour and a half in. So I'm gonna wrap it up right here after we check out Shopify. Let's see what that thing look like. I'm gonna get myself ready for Din Din. It's Sunday. I gotta get dinner, then I gotta get ready for night service. We got service Sunday morning and service Sunday night. So I gotta get ready for that. Pulling it up, Shopify. This candle opened at 356.02, got as high as 362.81, as low as 339.31, and my voice, and closed at 348.43. So it closed towards the bottom. If you want to be conservative here, you would definitely want to catch this below 339, and you could take this further down. There's plenty of room to the downside here. It's actually scary how much room to the downside this got right now. However, and I based that off the RSI. The RSI is at 42. So the RSI, obviously by the time it hit that 339 area, the RSI probably is in the 30s by then, but still room to the downside, very much so at that point if it's in the upper 30s. Below 339, you could definitely jump into puts. For me, I said I wanted Shopify calls to take into the split, but I said I wanted those calls at 400, and we hit 400 on Shopify and we rejected. So I never got my calls, and I'm fine with that because it's dumping. So I'm glad I didn't get those calls. But this is, I guess, the exact opposite of CHPT, where that thing hit my number. I didn't jump in and it printed without me. This one hit my number and I didn't jump in and it dumped without me. So I'm glad I didn't jump in on this one. It is what it is. What they say, God give, God take away, right? So that's what it is. Below 339, definitely like puts right here. And it's a shame because I actually want to keep going. I like talking to y'all, but I definitely need to get this grub and get ready for church tonight. So I'm gonna let that be the priority. And we'll probably do this again during the week. I'll probably pick a day during the week and see if y'all want to jump in with me and get some charts done. Guys, I hope you learned something. Definitely hit the like button on your way out. Definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel and definitely hit the super chat button. Show some love to your boy if you feel like you learned anything from this live. It's always appreciated and it helps me grow. It could be as small as $2. It's definitely appreciated, guys. Guys, it's your boy, the Options Boss. You can always be a boss with the Options Boss. I'm a holler when I holler.